It's another edition of Time About the Movies, and today we're taking a look at the weekend of November 15th, 1991. And we have some pretty good movies to look at today. At least two of them. I don't know about the other ones because I haven't seen them, but we'll definitely delve into those ones when we get to those ones. But, let's not waste any time. Let's jump right on into it. And let's start off with Martin Scorsese's follow-up to his critically acclaimed movie, Goodfellas, from the year before. We've got Robert De Niro once again with Nick Nolte and Jessica Lange in the remake of Cape Fear.
I need it bad. Yes.
Hola! This town is so very nice, and everything's just so very, very nice. Sam, somebody's out there.
What's your connection with this fella? I was his lawyer. Oh, it's just shafted him somehow, right?
What was he in prison for?
No, really. What did you do? Have you been following me? Well, it's a small town. Every way you turn, I guess we're gonna run into each other.
Dad, you should have just punched him out. Yeah, you know how to fight, dirty. You do that for a living.
This guy, he threatened you? He's clever, so that the law can't touch him.
Come out, wherever you are.
You have a daughter around 16?
16? What?
Every good man's gotta wrestle with the devil. I want you the hell off my property!
You, sir, will be hearing from the ethics committee.
We got this freaking psychopath in our faces. I mean, who knows what's true and what isn't?
I'm just losing my mind here.
I called the vet, and then he died.
Lee, I told you not to let him out.
I didn't let him out! I didn't let him out!
It would be unethical of me to advise a citizen to take the law into his own hands.
You thought about me last night, didn't you? Evening, ladies.
Hello?
I think we're alone now.
Where are you from?
I'm from the Black Forest. Maybe I'm a big bad wolf. Do you mind if I put my arm around you?
Ready for the most pointless jump scare ever? Seriously, what was the point of that? I mean, I guess because they used it all over the trailer, they did it one more time to scare the audience to come in this movie. I don't know if that really made much of a difference, but that's really one of the most pointless jump scares to have in the trailer. I mean, really. There's other trailers that use those kind of jump scares at the end, but yeah, that was entirely pointless. But besides that, this is actually a pretty damn good movie. I mean, not only is it a great remake of the original film, which I always thought for the longest time was actually a Hitchcock movie, the original Cape Fear. Turns out it's not. I mean, this remake, however, does use a lot of influences to make you think, and like homages and little scenes that make you think that it is based off of a Hitchcock movie, but really, it's not. Hitchcock had nothing to do with the original film. However, in this case, Martin Scorsese used a lot of influence on Hitchcock to do this type of film, and give him credit though, it worked out pretty well in the end. I mean, I think he actually makes a movie that's really a lot better than the original Cape Fear, which is a great movie, but this movie really ups the ante big time. I think this really shows. I mean, it doesn't really show that that Martin Scorsese is a great director, because at this point he's already a great director. He's directed so many good movies at this point, but it goes to show how great of a director he can really be because of the way he's able to take a classic film like Cape Fear and make it and modernize it to make it his own, and make it so unique and so creative and so different and so intense at the same time. I mean, Robert De Niro in this movie is amazing. He's great playing Max Cady. You can tell why he got an Oscar nomination for this. Nick Nolte and Jessica Lange both are very good in here. Juliette Lewis, who also got nominated for an Oscar, really shows why she became the big star. She became a big star after this one. She really gives it a really good, solid performance that really was worthy of a Best Supporting Actress nomination. I do like that, and I do like that little weird chemistry that she has with Robert De Niro's character in this. I mean, it's chilling, it's terrifying, but at the same time, you kind of buy into it. You kind of buy into this whole idea that Nick Nolte's daughter would be in this. It would somehow be kind of aroused by this guy, even though he's a dangerous threat to them. But on a visual level, it looks incredible. The cinematography by Freddie Francis is so well done. The music by Bernard Herrmann is very good as well. Some great editing in here. You've even got people from the original movie in here. You've got Robert Mitchum playing a small role in here. Gregory Peck in what would be his final film role. And Martin Balsam is also in here. They're playing 3 different characters, but they're all working very well with the material given to them. And really, this is one of the best remakes of all time. It's not only a movie that lives up to the greatness of the original film, but ups the ante so much that it stands out on its own. It's just an overall great psychological thriller. I prefer this movie a whole lot better than The Silence of the Lambs, easily. And it's a shame that it didn't get as much recognition as Silence of the Lambs did, but the legacy that it has left behind shows that it is still a movie that still holds up very much to this day. I love this movie so much. Cape Fear, fantastic film, another great achievement by Martin Scorsese. If you haven't seen it yet, I cannot recommend it enough. Cape Fear, such a great movie all around. And if that wasn't good enough, our next movie turns out to be not only another great movie, but in my opinion, it's not only one of the best movies, it's not only the best movie of '91, it's maybe one of the best animated films of all time, and of course that is Disney's Beauty and the Beast.
Walt Disney Pictures presents its all-new 30th full-length animated motion picture.
Is anyone here?
Mama, there's a girl in the castle.
Good.
A girl! The classic story of Beauty and the Beast. He was a lonely beast, cursed by a mysterious spell, and she was the beautiful young girl who could set him and his kingdom free.
She's the one. She has come to break the spell.
They were 2 complete opposites.
I don't want to have anything to do with him.
She is being so difficult.
Until something wonderful happened.
There's something sweet
Straighten up.
and almost kind.
Show me the smile.
But he was mean and he was coarse and unrefined. And now he's dear.
You look so
and so unsure.
stupid.
I wonder why I didn't see it there before.
It's a story filled with fun,
Oh, I beg your pardon.
adventure,
Sacre bleu. Invaders.
and dozens of wonderful new Disney characters.
Keep it down.
Featuring 6 new songs from the Academy Award-winning composer and lyricist of The Little Mermaid. This holiday season, share the fun, the magic, and the music of an entertainment event you'll never forget. Disney's Beauty and the Beast.
I mean, really, what more do I even need to say about this movie? It's just a movie that we all know is one of the best animated movies ever made. One of the best movies ever made, quite honestly. Like, you could see why this movie competed with movies like Silence of the Lambs or JFK and Bugsy and all these other movies that were nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards, and why I think I easily think it was the best movie overall and should have won over over the Silence of the Lambs easily, just to show that, hey, animation is considered to be something that's not just for kids. This movie was made as a real movie, not a movie that was made specifically for kids, and this was at the peak of Disney's creative zeitgeist that they had, their second renaissance at the time, and you can see why. It's a great story. You have these great characters that you can buy into, you can relate to them on so many levels. The voice work is fantastic. Paige O'Hara as Belle is great. Robbie Benson as the Beast is great. Just these great characters all around. A great villain in Gaston. The music is fantastic. Some of the best music Disney has ever done. I mean, the opening song alone just sucks you in, and you just get so invested into the situation, and you're just along for the ride. I mean, The love story, I think, works really well. The story overall is great. There's great twists and turns that works to the film's advantage. It does something very unique and different compared to other adaptations of this story that really, it's hard to find any real faults to this movie, quite honestly. It's a movie that I think still holds up very well over time. And I mean, look, I don't hate the 2017 remake of Beauty and the Beast, the one that Disney did, but this is this is way, nothing ever will top this movie. Definitely will ever top this movie. And as much as that movie, there were parts of that movie, that 2017 remake, I did like. There were a lot of things that really just irked me so much that I can't recommend it on that many levels. I mean, I'll give it credit for where for credit was due. The music I thought was okay. Some of the changes they did I thought were good, but some of the other ones not so much. Some of the things they add in there just don't work. And I mean, this movie just shows you why that remake didn't work so well, because this is a movie that's just so much of a Disney classic that it's so hard to replicate what they were able to do with this movie that they did in the remake. And by God, they tried, and it didn't work out so well, but nothing ever will top what this original Beauty and the Beast did. I mean, it's just a great movie, fantastic film, a must-see Disney classic. I don't need to say any more about this one. One of the best animated movies of all time, one of my favorite movies of all time, Beauty and the Beast. What more can you say about it? So with that said, let's go ahead and move on to the next movie. And these next two, we'll just run through these real quick because I haven't really seen them, so I can't really comment on them. We have Glenn Close in Meeting Venus.
From Academy Award-winning producer David Putnam, a film by Istvan Sabo, director of Academy Award winner Mephisto.
How do you like Paris, Miss Anderson?
I find it more beautiful than ever right now.
Is it true someone called you too old to play Elizabeth?
Do I look like an old woman?
The production was outrageous.
I love Wagner, but he totally screams all this.
Carl, may I introduce to you Maestro Santi?
The diva was temperamental.
Did they tell you what I said about you? It's a pity.
The cast wouldn't cooperate.
Hey, son, this Nazi! I kill you!
And then see what I have to put up with all the time.
And no one could communicate.
Lights!
It was a masterpiece
What's happening?
of inspired lunacy.
Freedom is inside.
Sex, betrayal, madness, and the overture hasn't even begun.
I can't mix up my work with my private life.
Glenn Close, Niels Aristrup, Meeting Venus.
So this was actually the second film that David Putnam produced after his disastrous tenure at Columbia Pictures as the head of the studio. He had done Memphis Belle the year before, and then he does this movie, which I haven't really heard too much about. I only knew this movie existed because I just saw it on the list, and I probably thought that it really wasn't all that good. But if I go to Rotten Tomatoes, it's got 100% on there from the few reviews that are on there. So, I mean, it doesn't feel like it's a complete loss of a film. I mean, it does look like a competently made film. I mean, Glenn Close usually will turn in a good performance, even in something of a bad movie, no matter what she's in. But she will usually turn in a very good performance. And the concept in here does sound kind of interesting. This behind-the-scenes antics that goes on in the middle of this production that's going on, this opera that they're doing. I mean, there's some ideas there. I don't know. Is the only thing that could really hurt this movie is what direction it wants to go to. It looks like it kind of wants to be kind of a dramatic comedy, but you can't really tell where the comedy starts and the drama begins, or where the comedy ends and the drama Let me rephrase that. You don't really know where the comedy ends and the drama begins, or where the comedy begins or the drama ends. So maybe I need to watch the film to really get an understanding of it. But right now, that could be the only real fault I would have with this movie. Like I said, I can't really comment on it too much, but I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out one day. So that's Meeting Venus. Let's go ahead and move on to the last movie that we have here, and that is Prospero's Books.
Knowing I loved my books, he furnished me from my own library with volumes that I prize above my dukedom. Such stuff as dreams are made on. And our little life is round it with a sleep.
So this is basically a different kind of adaptation to William Shakespeare's The Tempest. You have Prospero, played by John Gielgud, who is best known for his work as Arthur's butler in Arthur, which won him an Academy Award. I will say this, from a visual perspective, this looks amazing. I mean, this looks very stylish, very unique, very visually stunning, and really, I kind of want to see the movie just on that level. I kind of have this feel for, like, visually stunning movies. I mean, even if the story doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, or the story doesn't work as well, if you've got good visuals to it, most of the time, I'll probably end up enjoying something of it, mostly because of the visual flair of it. And this movie definitely has a nice visual flair to it. I will definitely say this looks a whole lot better than the literal adaptation of The Tempest we got about a decade ago from Julie Taymor. I mean, I love Julie Taymor's work, I love Frida, I love Across the Universe, but The Tempest was not one of her best movies, and it really looked bleak and not all that interesting. But this movie looks very interesting, so I mean, I'll probably like it just for the visuals and the creative ideas that they have in this alone, but this is another one I might definitely check out one day. I'm very curious to see what it looks like. So, yeah. So that's my thoughts on Prospero's Books. And so on that note, we wrap up another edition of Time About the Movies. Next time we meet, we look at the movies on November 22nd. And we have another good slate of movies to look at. We'll start off with The Addams Family from Barry Sonnenfeld, which has Angelica Houston, Raul Julia, Christopher Lloyd, Christina Ricci. We'll definitely get into that one. We'll also look at An American Tail, 50 Goes West, the sequel to the Don Bluth 86 film. Does it have that same magic as the previous film? Not really, but it wasn't a complete disaster. We'll definitely look into that one more on the next episode. We'll also look at Bette Midler and James Caan in For the Boys, The Double Life of Veronique, Black Robe, and also Young Soul Rebel. So 6 movies to look at next time we meet. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, if you want to see more videos like this, check out the playlist on the next page, check out the previous episode, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode. So thank you for watching, I'll see you next time, and until then, take care.